everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Somebody's Heroes. We are here today with the Raven Court. I'm Eric, I'm the Dungeon Master.
I'm Sean again. Hi. I play Sylvain. I go by help action needed. I wasn't told we were doing introductions. Justin, I think you're next.
I will go ahead and take that introduction. Hi, everybody. How's it going? I'm GM Justin. You can find me on all my socials at Forever GM Justin. But I'm playing Link, also known as Mystery Link, because, well, who doesn't like a little mystery? And plus, I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. But I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Yuri.
Hey everybody, this is Yuri. Y'all can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. And here I am in the Raven Court playing Morwen Sanature, who totally doesn't have anything up her sleeve. Go ahead and pass it to Jonny. She doesn't.
I'm Jonny! I'm playing Solarian. I'm talking XP on everything. Find me. Say what's up.
Or else.
I'm Joe.
Turn it over to Joe.
I'm Joe. I'm New Age Geeks and New Age Cosplay. And I'm playing Verdeth, the only good person in the room.
Hey.
So,
Allegedly.
So, when we last left off with you guys in the middle of a Raven Court meeting, asking where Vaelith was. Vaelith shows up. Verdeth and Solarian
jumped.
Tag team him,
Fucking
jump him, and
kid.
so fucking mollywopped. It's amazing.
Damn.
And to be clear, Solarian was the second one in the attack. Verdeth jumped in there immediately. That's why when Sylvain said something, I was like, I didn't do this.
He doesn't know the other guy. You're the one that's always held things together.
Very true.
Okay, guys, so when we left off, that happened, and then
Super serious meeting.
So back to the super serious, and we were back to the super serious meeting in no time at all. And you guys are now sitting around the table one more time, getting started back over again. Verdeth sent out crows to go try and find
Ravens. Don't get it twisted.
Ravens to go try and find Vaelith. Morwen, were you casting a spell or something, or were you?
They asked if I could, and I said yes, that I would do that for them.
Are you doing it right now?
No. So
Okay.
when he sent his ravens out, I had just asked Verdeth the question.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I would love to know why our new friend wants him dead.
Yes, please. Do tell. I love learning new things.
Well, I
Is
look
that
over to
really-
Verdeth.
Is that really what we're here for? Is that the point of this meeting?
No.
Personal
The
vendettas?
point of the meeting is already past at that point. You might as well just tell us what you want, Seth, or what you're about.
We do have to know who we're working with.
We told you who you're working with.
No, you told us your name. Yes.
Remember when we said the why is more important than the other stuff? We'd like the why.
Vaelith killed someone very important to me. So,
Revenge.
yes.
I love that.
Dish best served cold, if I'm not mistaken. That's a saying around here that I've heard.
Well,
Yeah, you
he is a
actually got
vampire,
that
so
one right.
I just looked towards Solarian.
He's one of the bad guys. That's why he needs to die. He's become stagnant.
Our interests
See,
align
you
in this matter.
said, give me my wife back.
That was kind of
Like
odd.
the wording, don't you think?
I don't think that's really that important.
Again,
Oh, but
we're
it
going away
is.
from the why, so let's continue sticking on a topic you're so quick to avoid regardless of situation or conversation.
Why what? I don't understand what you're asking.
Why do you want him dead?
Because he killed my wife.
Right, but you're asking for her back. Is this a rescue mission of some sort?
No, it's just a vendetta.
Simple
he killed
enough,
the
I
old hair,
suppose.
and I wish for him to pay for that. I will never have the old hair back, and that is the extent that is important.
Maybe I missed it because, well, sometimes I kind of zone out. But who's your wife again? Was she important?
Important to me.
Well, yeah, but makes sense. What was her name?
You wouldn't remember.
You'd be
if I
surprised.
called her.
We would.
I know a lot of things. I know records of a lot of things.
Real quick, Joe, did you say you wouldn't remember her?
don't know, did I? Did I say that?
I think so.
You said you wouldn't remember her name. I think it's what you
I'm clearly lying.
That's where I'm saying, make a deception check, you son of a bitch.
That's a natural one.
I would love to oppose that.
Let's go.
Doesn't matter, guys. You cannot fail
it's a
this
natural
one.
one, dude.
That's a nat
Yeah.
1. He failed so
Unless you
hard
roll a
you
nat one.
pass.
I'd like to point out my 28, but that's
Oh, shit.
You're passive.
Verdeth's not a good liar.
I have a plus 13 to insight.
Nice.
Yeah.
No. You see, if we are going to work together and help each other, there does have to be at least some level of trust. We can't have you lying to us the first time you meet. That is not a very good look.
I mean, at least lie well enough that we can't tell.
I'm not really bad at lying, guys. I'm honest with you. I mean,
Verdeth.
this is why I'm not on. This is why I don't come to the Ravencourt thing. Because
Clearly.
you guys are all a bunch of terrible people who just lie all the time. So
What good people.
Right now? She'll...
Morwen
she
gets a
thinks
knock on
about
her
it
door.
real fucking hard. And then just goes...
I'm just locking eyes with you, Morwen, while this is happening.
And
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Morwen gets a knock on her door. Sure, she cracks
Meanwhile-
it open.
While Morwen is opening her door, real quick, Link, you get a message in your head that you can respond to. It's ascending from your own people back home. Master Link, we are detecting chronomantic flare-ups in the Red Steppes. I recommend you hurry your ass up and get back here.
I'll say this verbally as well as out loud. People really need to stop referring to us as Master Link, because I'm not. But, alright. I'm heading back to fix... Alright, I gotta go, guys. I'm fixing some timey-wimey bullshit that's happening at the Red Steppes. So, if you guys need me, you know where to find me. I will catch you guys later.
Perfect.
Time stuff.
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
Right. Tell me what you need. I know you all have a history of that.
Oh,
At that point.
thank God.
At that point, you're going to see he pats down whatever is nearby and will bounce out.
Perfect. So Link leaves
Yeah.
the meeting as Morwen has a message coming into her head from Myasin.
So, Mora, when you feel Myasin kind of press in through the door, you hear her say, Morwen, please, don't press this. Verdeth and I will speak to you later about it.
She looks at you, gives you a very small kind of half smile. So you know, she received it. Well, regardless, I do believe we were in the middle of finding someone.
Perfect.
Now,
I've been
do you
waiting for this.
plan to go after him?
Absolutely.
I'm assuming you are tagging along, Verdeth? Seeing as you were the
Sure.
one to swing first.
I'm happy to end this if this is how this is going to happen.
And Sylvain, I'm assuming you have no real, I don't know, stake in, oh, get it? Vampire humor. Stake in whether he lives or dies, do you?
The only stake I have, regardless, is that he was supposed to be talking to Orcus about ending this war if that's completely failed him. But I would like to know his insights into where that conversation went. Especially
you're
if I'm
planning
doing
on-
it alone now.
You're planning on killing him regardless, so what does it matter? What
Once
he
again,
wanted in
I
the
am
war?
planning on doing absolutely nothing about it if it comes down to my problem. I'm trying to improve the world. If nobody wants to help me with it, I will leave it for the rest of you.
Verdeth, have you found him yet?
No.
Well, I can attempt to locate him as well. We'd have to go back down to my lab, where all of my things are.
Fine, whatever it takes.
Very well. And I do think it'll be easier for you to save all of those lives if we did have the Godling's power. 2 birds with 1 stone and all of that. I would rather, as much as I don't want to put extra work into my plate, would very much rather not have to deal with the fallout of a demon-devil war without help. So if we can deal with that before our friend here leaves us, I think that would be best for everybody as well.
And if I have your aid, I have no reason to rely on Vaelith. So I think that works out for a couple of us.
Oh, perfect. What, before I take these 2 down to my lab, anything you want to start with for this new endeavor of ours, then?
Doing the murder, you mean?
Yes. We do have to plan
If
the
it's
murder.
anything like the last time I saw him, it will probably be open capacity, largest entryway you can think of, throne room literally able to be walked in by anybody because the ego is bigger than anything else that man has. Honestly, you could probably walk in any moment, just stab him in the back and he'll be dead. I don't think it will require much effort.
If we find Vaelith right now, I will promise that I will walk in and kill him myself.
Well, we are talking about Orcus, but I love your
Right.
enthusiasm.
Oh, I mean Orcus as well. I want this done now. Whatever it takes to move on to the next topic of finding Vaelith, I will kill him.
Well, Sylvain, darling, you don't mind if we get rid of the vampire first?
How about?
Very well.
I believe the request was finding first, and then we can commitment, so whatever the order of operation here does not matter much to me, but go ahead and cast whatever you need, Morwen.
Alright. Well, let's go then. And she...
Sylvain, you have a really high insight. You can tell that something's different, behavioral-wise, with Solarian. He's a lot less patient.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Does he seem... Because you weren't open to conversation when I tried the first time. Does he seem like he's calmed off now, or is he still in the same thing?
It seems like he's...
not going to waste his time trying.
He doesn't seem like he's wanting... He's been, like, pacing this entire time. Like, as everybody was having different conversations, he's been pacing, and you could tell that, like, he's taking, like, long breaths, as if, like sighs almost, like, oh my god, another topic that we need to talk about kind of thing. You can tell that he's different. Yeah.
So give me an insight check of your own for me, Solarian.
Oh, cool.
I was like, sure, I'll roll insight.
Yeah. I got a 26... No, 24.
Awesome. So you were doing the mental breathing, you were doing all of that, but you flash back to the last conversation you had with Vaelith, where he told you he didn't want the bond with you any more than you wanted with him.
Oh, I know.
So both of you being free of this now would probably be not necessarily need to resort to as much violence as otherwise could be, but
We made a deal, Solarian.
Fun!
no,
We
this is an internal thing he's just realizing to kind of try and bring
And I'm making
himself
sure
down.
he internally
Oh.
remembers.
Oh, no, I remember.
Mhm.
I remember. Things have changed.
I understand that. I'm just trying to help give him a thought to kind of try to bring him down. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. This is just a
Nope.
thought you remember.
There is
Right.
a change in Solarian that happened after his procedure.
Morwen sort of waves her hand over the circle to again change where it is taking them, Now, instead of taking them to her study, it'll take them straight to the circle in her lab. She waves her hand and says, "If you would, please." Waits for you to step through. Now, is Sylvain coming along with us?
He hasn't been disinvited yet, and he's internally, like, none of you would tell because this man hides every thought he has. Internally, he's so excited to see where this goes. Outwardly, he's like, okay, I'm here. Internally, one, it's fun seeing Solarian messed up because Solarian calmed him down the last time and took 30 seconds to use it against him, and his is lasting so much longer than mine did, so it's like, oh, you have nothing over me right now. But it's also, I want to see where this goes. So yeah, unless he's disinvited, he will not show interest, but he will come along.
Yeah, no, she would not. She doesn't, you're one of the few people or beings that she doesn't mind your existence at all. Alright, she waves everybody through, steps through with you, and, well, none of you have been here before. This is Morwen's lab, and though I would believe Solarian has been to her public lab in the city, in the main institute, for us to talk about Tau Tech things and all sorts of things, you would notice that it's very similar in just the amount of things here and in the walls, but you notice that there are no doors, windows, stairs to anything. It is an enclosed space. You can only enter and exit through that teleportation circle we all came out of. So you know this is not a place people go to or leave.
Is there magical barriers that I can see preventing people from teleporting out? Okay.
Yes, it is completely warded up the ass.
All three of you have true sight. You see all the wards all over the place.
But you know that this is not where you and her talked last time, right? This is a more private, separate lab. Alright. Well, do you have anything of his or close to?
I don't think that this would work, but Solarian still well, I guess he's ascended, so it technically doesn't have any of his blood anymore, so I guess he wouldn't. I was gonna say he would, like, cut open his hand and just say here, but...
That's why it's such a fun question.
She waits a couple of seconds, and then isn't very surprised. It's like, well, I see nobody thought this through. No worries. And she goes to the side. It looks like a cabinet. She opens drawers and there's little boxes in them. Very small boxes, a couple of inches, maybe 2-3 inches long, wide, and tall. And
it's not about the size.
And
it's about how you use it to spell.
She rummages through these boxes and picks one up that is completely deep red. The entirety of the box doesn't look like there is a lid, it's just a cube. She brings it out, closes the drawer. You see, like, the drawers themselves, even the books are all magically warded. They probably have some sorts of incantations and all sorts of fun things on them. She walks back and says, well, he did visit me for tea a little while ago. I didn't want to use any of my things, but this is the fastest way. And she looks at you a little bit like you know you're gonna owe me for this, right? And she touches the lid, and with her print, because that is the way a lot of her things work, they are warded to only respond to her. You see a crease, sort of a lid, magically appear on this box as then she lifts it. And it just looks like a tiny, maybe just a drop's worth of what may look like water. Don't know what it is. It is saliva that she took from as a sample the time he visited. And then she looks over at Sylvain and just smiles and winks. Because Sylvain was her last tea guest. Then she's gonna go ahead and use that to cast Locate Creature.
Seeing this, Verdeth starts to slowly produce insects from the bottom of his foot to spread out through Morwen's lab to, number one, collect anything that he may drop, whether it be a hair, skin follicle, a bit of sweat.
Oh, love, you already drank wine at my
No,
table.
I didn't have a single sip of anything. Intentionally didn't have a sip of anything. And I will also
I
make sure that a bug is crawling up.
How paranoid everybody is. It
Uh-huh.
gives me life.
To nothing.
Where's that bug going?
Oh, it's just they're crawling through. Like some of them are crawling underneath lab tables. Some of them are moving out into different space. Yeah, they're just little ants.
I think on Sylvain's passive insight and perception of 23 to see like the ants going up. We're from Verdeth, we're trying to steal his stuff. Like, the ants are being so strange.
And that's the thing. This is a very hospital-like, sterile environment. So,
Now there's ants.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance you
not
see it.
very... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not hidden at all.
I just,
Yeah.
I don't even care if you see it. He just is like, the ants are slowly like circling around him, like, we're catching any hair, bitch. No, nothing. You ain't getting anything of us.
Well, before Solarian kills us all because ants got out, do we want to move on?
Do I get anything from my spell?
Which spell are you using? Scrying?
Locate creature first.
Locate creature. Okay. What is the range on locate creature?
1,000 feet.
Yeah. Since we have something of his, I would actually probably attempt to use Scry as well.
If you want to do scry instead, because locate creature only does
Okay.
1,000 feet.
Yeah, we'll Scry.
And where you killed him was miles away in the first place. So I don't think Morwen would even use locate creature, to be honest.
Okay.
So we'll go with scry. Scry is the same plane, yes?
I believe there is a roll to be done if they're not on the same plane.
Fantastic. I'm checking.
Yeah, I can pull it up if you
I think
want.
it's when they fail, an invisible sensor appears when they come back.
I think there's a block if it's on a different plane.
Yeah.
You choose a creature on the same plane of existence as you. They make a saving throw, or you know where they are. He's technically dead
In a
or
different plane.
incapacitated. No, he's incapacitated at this exact second.
Right, so he can't save.
So he can't save. That's what I was getting at. He can't save. The first couple of minutes in, because it takes a 10-minute casting time. First couple minutes in, you realize you're not getting any kind of ping back. If you want to cast it a second time, I will let you roll an Arcana check against your own saving throw to go beyond material plane.
Arcana, you say?
Can I do
Oh, I would
anything
love.
with focusing a ley line through her to help?
Your ley lines don't go. Oh, you know what? Yes,
Do they go?
yes, you can.
Yuri, at least 6 from my make the stars around you nice and shiny. You feel better. You get +6.
Ooh,
I
Okay.
forgot the name of Wheel and Woe. Today the Woe is
There it is.
positive. The Wheel is positive, so you get like an extra 6 because they're all 6.
But Morwen, you realize the first couple minutes in that he's not on this plane. But you don't know where you don't actually know where he's from.
Right. So I am going to do some inferring here. So I turn to them. So, I can tell you that he is not on this plane. Now, do any of you have any idea which one he would be in?
Feywild.
Do you have something from the Feywild that I can use?
Cuts his veins open and then gives you some of his blood.
Did
She
you just
smiles
smack
at
your
that.
lips?
She does. She didn't smack her lips. That was me, the player. Like, ooh, delicious.
Oh, okay.
Yum, yum.
Lady Sanature.
But
Also,
but
also
Morwen
it might be
does
Morwen.
smile. Morwen does give a small smile, because
I don't care if you have my blood.
Yeah, it's great. And so she goes ahead, and she does have like telekinesis and stuff innately. So she'll. Did you cut yourself, by the way? Just
Yep.
straight up.
Cut
Okay.
open the hand, and then it just goes right back. Almost a few seconds later.
Love it. And so she will kind of, you see the drops of blood sort of levitate and start moving towards this large, silver, very shallow, smooth bowl that she is conducting her scrying in. You see only half of the blood goes into the bowl. She does set aside some of it. She doesn't hide that. And she will go ahead and toss the component from Vaelith back into the bowl, as now the blood and Vaelith's saliva are sort of just these droplets that don't actually touch the bowl. They seem to be just kind of like hovering around it. Inside of it. Right? They don't mix. But they're there. Very solid droplets of water. Transparent one and a red one. And now with Solarian's blood from the Feywild and directing her magic there, she will attempt to cast it again. Maybe this time I will roll my Arcana.
In addition,
Yes.
Verdeth, he's talking Feywild. You know you can see Fey lines. Are you going to help Morwen in any capacity, just using a help action?
Yeah, I'll definitely help. I'll
Okay.
There, I know there's Fey lines in the area, so I'll just slowly tug on those, like Loki on the throne.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
Pull
thinking.
The lines closer to you, like obviously not touching you with them because it would be overwhelming.
I
I'm
would
sure.
explode and die, yeah.
Right.
Kind
But
of strong.
he just brings, and you can feel that ley energy kind of flow into the dais in front of you.
She does lick her lips.
You- You get advantage with that roll.
Oh, do I? Let's go crit edition, y'all. Rolled a 19 the first time. Ooh, 16. Okay, we'll keep that 19 plus
That's
16
still a 38. Oh,
is
35.
35 plus how much was it,
six.
Sylvain?
Plus 6.
35 plus 6, 41.
Perfect. I think the highest DC is supposed to be 30. So I think you beat it.
You nailed the first try.
So too.
This is amazing.
Tell me where he is.
Without a heat source, Verdeth, you feel these Fey lines bubble the water and the dais in front of you, the blood and the saliva form, and you just see, all four of you see this. It forms a 3D image of the vampire library.
Yeah.
Shall I?
Solarian is actually, while Morwen and everyone is focusing on this, probably not Sylvain, he is going to go over to that teleportation circle and going to copy it into his notes.
Go ahead and do a Arcana check.
I'll do an Arcana check. I'll do an Arcana
Are you-
check.
And secondly, are you trying to hide this, or are you just doing it and not even caring?
Yeah, he would be hiding it.
Okay,
He
then
wouldn't be
sleight of
doing
hand
it,
as well.
obviously.
So this teleportation circle was written to take her to her study from the lab. So if you used it, you would appear in her study, not in her lab, if that makes sense.
So this is not a teleportation circle to this place?
It's to her study
It's
upstairs.
to my lab.
Understood.
Yeah, to my
Okay, so
study
then...
upstairs. You would have
That's
to
still
copy
useful to
the
have.
one. You would have to copy the one that's behind my desk. In the study, that one is tuned to take us to this lab. And so
Understood.
copying that
Okay,
one
I see
would
what you're
take
saying.
you to the lab.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
It's like the, it's like Pokemon teleporters.
Team rocket portals, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
Thanks,
Sounds
Sylvain.
good. Then I
Still
would
useful
not
to
do
have.
that then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Sylvain
bother.
will work from home,
Actually-
say.
I would still copy
why
it.
not? Yeah, why not? I got a 15 on Arcana.
Okay.
And a 15 on Sleight of Hand.
Morwen is obviously distracted. Morwen, go ahead and do a perception check with disadvantage because you are casting an active spell that takes 10 minutes of your time.
All right. Oh, you're. It was a 25 and a 17.
Okay.
I would see it.
So you do see him doing it, but it's stop the spell or stop
I
him.
can't. Yeah.
You can't
let
stop
him
the spell.
continue, But I noticed. Yeah.
But you know he did it. And you make a decent copy, Solarian. You're mostly
Cool.
focusing on the runic stuff because the main way to do the spell you have written down on the multitude that you got from the founder back in the first episode in the first meeting.
Well, now I can teleport to the office then.
Straight into my private home.
So in the look more when you're done with the spell, if you would like to consider destroying the remnants of tea yesterday, your debt paid for Link's little side project.
I don't think she verbally she says anything to that. Because she doesn't see herself as having a debt. That is Link's debt in her eyes. But she doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Now, with the spell, so what do we see?
You guys saw in the dais, the blood curdles and piles into a three-dimensional shape, like it's 3D printed, of a very ancient, very ornate library that glows green, golden, or like a golden yellow orange color, and black. Then you see the top of the building start to fade away and disappear as it slides the image up and goes down below. Solarian, you would know this from your time spent there.
Mm-hmm.
When you go in the main library, there's the library. The far back there is the ancient and archaic texts that take through the prehistory history level stuff, dating back to over 15,000 years or more. Beyond that is the crypt of the originals, and is the crypt of the oldest amongst you. You have to hit a certain age before you're moved in there. And from your research before, technically he is not of that age. He's a few hundred years short of that age, but somehow he's down there.
Okay.
And it just is in this hallway lined with other caskets.
Well,
Once we get a clear image, and she has finished channeling into the spell, and now we're all just left looking at this, she will finally turn away from the scrying bowl and turn back to look at them. Well, do any of you recognize this?
yes. That's where I learned my ascension rites. That's where the founder took me, plucked me from my life, and made me into what I am. So yes, I am quite familiar.
She didn't know that the founder had a hand in your turning, so she's going to go ahead and Make a mental note. Because now it's starting to also make sense why you'd want him dead as well.
Shall I take
Very
us there
well.
now?
Yes.
Feeling the anger kind of bubble up from Myosin's connection, he just slits the air and casts plane shift,
Fuck yeah.
opening a gate.
Well, you are all welcome to come with us, but I can understand if you would not. Anyways, good night. And he just walks through.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide, like,
I
whether
would
she
say
would go or not.
through the connection between Myosin, Verdeth, and Morwen, you feel Verdeth tug at you towards the gate.
Right. That's a thing now. Fuck. She looks to Sylvain. She doesn't fancy the idea of leaving somebody alone in her.
Especially so mean.
Just anybody.
Only that you would, you would take mental notes of everything that's in there. That's all. You would see things that Morwen doesn't.
He's
want you
leaving
to
in 3 weeks. You ain't gonna worry about him.
see. True that.
Yeah. What does Sylvain do when this portal is opened?
How pressing did Link's concern seem for the chronomancy issue he had?
Big enough for him to leave immediately.
You
Beyond-
did ask.
This is Sylvain.
You did say.
You did
Yeah.
say you would help, so it's entirely up to you.
Well, I told him to write to me if he needed to give me more information.
Oh, that's true.
So,
You were already
I
waiting.
think that's the thing. Yeah, it wasn't clear how pressing that is. And I feel like Solarian feels like he can take this down very quickly. And he kind of wants to be there to help, and also because he also has plane shift, and he thinks, fuck, if the druid dies, I need these two back faster, then they're going to figure it out themselves. So, kind of his backup, but I think he'll tell Morwen, like, I just need to confirm a few details before going to another plane. Time's been acting a little strange on mine recently. I'll catch up.
You sure? You might miss all the action.
If I do, I'm sure I'll get a stunning account of it.
Solarian, are you going to tell them where in the tell him where in the Feywild it is?
Solarian is already gone.
gone. Yeah.
Already gone.
That's fair.
I mean, he'd be probably able to track any one of us. Maybe.
It was hard to find him in the first place.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Send me your coordinates if you feel you need my help. I imagine you have sent me there.
Very well.
At that, Verdeth kind of holds a hand out towards Morwen to help her through the gate.
She does hang back until Sylvain leaves.
Interesting, because he's going to hang back till you leave.
So you guys are just locked in a dead.
Well, one of them has a casting time of instantaneous.
Yes,
so
that's
a
what I'm
choice
saying.
has
Like,
to be made.
We're being very liberal with the description of the
Yeah.
spell.
We are.
She is. Can she do it? Man, I don't have to look up spells right now.
Let's
You
do
asking
this.
if you can teleport somebody else?
Let's do this.
I simply just wanted to
Yeah,
destroy the
'cause
remnants
she-
of tea.
Both of go. Morwen, go ahead and roll in a wisdom saving throw because you know how magic works
Can I
and how
shunt
plane
him?
shift works.
Yeah.
Banish.
Can I shunt him out?
Or if you have banishment,
I do.
bet.
I
If you
attempt
fu-
to shunt you out.
What's your spell save, and what kind of save is it?
It is a charisma
Okay. And your save is 17, 19, 20?
20.
Perfect. I only have a plus 13 to this, and I have it at advantage. That's a 19 on the die, so a...
So
Yeah, so I attempt to shunt you out and you feel it. So it's like, okay, my time here
Get the fuck
is done. I'm no longer welcome. So you can feel that.
Sylvain, when that spell is cast upon you, you can tell that she's doing all of that, but you can also tell that the place you were gonna go is home.
That's perfectly fine.
So if Sylvain wishes to fail and go back home,
Sylvain has one thing that he has politely requested be done,
That's
and
fair.
is going to do one polite thing and be done, because that could jeopardize his home. So,
It's true.
I mean, you asked for it in exchange for something that you weren't owed, which is why she didn't do it. She didn't feel it was owed. Now, if you asked nicely as a favor, she might have done it. But
Morwen has a choice
Yeah.
to make.
Is Morwen leaving?
Leaving or not, I
Ah.
need one now, essentially.
she looks at you very annoyed. She looks at Sylvain very, very fucking annoyed.
I imagine we'll only
Waves
do
her
one vote
hand.
this time.
Waves her hand at the drawer with all of the boxes, and oh my god, what fucking color? It's like silver, and a silver box flies out into your hands, and she looks at you very fucking annoyed, turns back and grabs Verdeth's hand.
You see him immediately, like the second he has the
Yes!
box, he gets out of the lab.
Perfect.
Just
Yeah.
Fast
She's
enough
like,
that you would
fuck
see.
you, here it is. Asshole.
I
In
have
her mind.
never left a trail in my life, and I am not starting to now.
absolutely fair. Okay,
Where do
Sylvain, where do you go?
I think the only way I would expect, because Link has only ever communicated to Sylvain via letter, and the only address he has is my house, so I think I go home.
Okay, so you go back to Baldarrock Castle.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So you go back to Baldarrock Castle and kind of just wait for Link. On the other side of the portal, because you are bringing other people with you, Solarian, you get through, and you are on the steps of the library.
Mhm.
The other two come in, and a necrotic force keeps them out of the library itself because they were not invited, and the rules apply to them just like they would to you in one of their houses.
So then, knowing that this is a thing that would happen, I would just turn around and be like, please, I would like each of you to enter this house and aid me.
And the gates.
Thank you. And I just turn around and just continue, like, just fast walking to where I know it is.
Before the two of you move, I need both of you to roll a perception check for me. Morwen and Verdeth.
I can't roll freaking dog shit here. Perception?
Uh-huh.
That's 15.
Okay.
With my plus
24.
11.
And what was Morwen?
24.
24.
I only have a +6, but I rolled very well.
A, doesn't take much to realize you are in the middle of the summer court. This city is the capital of the summer court of the Fae. So there's bright greens. It is almost oppressively hot, hitting around the 95 to 110 range in heat. The sun is out and bright and big, but on the other side of this, it's immediately dampened and darkened magically. It's like it's permanently nighttime inside this, towards the inside of this library. But around you see all kinds of species you have never seen before. None of you have seen this before. Except for Solarian, who spent 750 years here. But neither of the two of you have seen this before. Verdeth, you have chosen to avoid the Fae plane because it is not your favorite. You prefer the elementals.
I don't think any of you, I don't think any of the Raven Court have seen Morwen excited before. But when she looks around and sees how much new things there are here, how much things that she doesn't know, the possibility of learning so much, just, know.
In fact, with a 24, you see moving trees in the distance that are walking towards a giant central tree. And on the steps of that central tree, you see you would mistake her for Elven. Female with a crown on her head. giant ass fairy wings greeting these trees as you go to enter the library.
I think seeing that and seeing Morwen's kind of excitement, Verdeth, who is genuinely a good person, and seeing someone be genuinely excited, to kind of lean over and be like feeling that excitement from the old days of adventuring, just kind of leans over to Morwen and be like, "There's a lot to learn, kid."
She doesn't answer. She knows he's not trying to be malicious, though she doesn't appreciate the term used. She knows she's not nearly as old as he is.
Like 17 generations above you.
Yeah, I'm what, 300 years old?
You're
No.
600.
I'm 600 years old, yeah.
Verdeth is
1300 years old.
1300 years older than her. 12 or 13. Yeah.
No, 1900 total.
1900 total.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys enter the library.
When we are all walking, you feel something in your mind, and she is going to go ahead and cast Rari's telepathic bond. Solarian, it's similar to what we had under the mountain. You can choose to talk, you can choose to shut it off. You know, it's just a means of talking without actually speaking. You feel it, and she just says, "Just in case."
Perfect. Follow me. Oh.
And as the three of you walk in, Solarian, you immediately feel the presence of one of the originals, one of the OG vampire who had their bond broken, didn't break it themselves, the ones you read about. And she just looks at you. You freed your shackles. I'm glad you learned how. That was quite the sacrifice made by you and your former father.
Yes, where is he?
Oh, he is out of the way and will not be a problem for 1,000 years.
That doesn't do it. Where is he?
Downstairs in the crypt.
Good. Are you going to stop us?
What is your intent?
What do you think?
The words must be spoken to be
I'm going
certain.
to kill, slaughter Vaelith.
While he sleeps.
Are you going to stop me?
The mere coup de grace while he sleeps.
Yes.
Ha ha ha. You are one of us. You are one of me. You are a vampire, not a mere vampire. Vampire is a dirty word. You are in fact now, as I am, a vampire. One
Listen.
whose blood is the life source of their line and the lines below. You need to rise and be better than them. He is a vampire. You
I will.
are better than him.
I'm going to ask again. You two, the stairs are over there. Are you going to stop me?
I see Verdeth wanting to do something.
Lady Sanature, you might want to step back.
Do you say this out loud or in your head?
Out loud.
In your head, Solarian, you hear, "Is she expendable?"
DM, I'm imagining yes. This person is, I mean, like, an original, yeah, but, like, I don't have any ties to this person.
Correct. Technically, you do
Yeah.
not. However, one thing you found in the records is that she carries a totem of the first vampire, and the start of the line. The start of all lines. So, therefore, she has at least one item that would be considered artifact level, if not more.
Yeah.
So she is going to be dangerous.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, it's one of those. You can kill her.
Sure.
It will kill thousands of vampires below her.
Oh no.
Already done it. Yeah, so then I respond to Morwen. Expendable, yes. Dangerous, also yes. It's up to you. I don't think she will stop us, but at least that's if she's wise.
Morwen will make a move to keep walking inside.
With
just
that,
to
Verdeth,
test the lady.
Verdeth just
See
kind
if
of
she
like
will stop us.
inhales before just expelling water from his mouth, and it just doesn't stop. Water just starts pouring from his mouth, and it lands on the ground in front of him and starts digging down into the earth before solidifying into this long form, and it kind of lands against his face as it's just producing from his mouth, and his whole body just lifts up as the water just doesn't stop, and it rises 10, 15, 20, 50 feet into the air as his body just disappears into the form, as this massive serpent just made of water writhes in the spot, rears up, and just tidal waves this woman as that gargantuan Leviathan now occupies the space that was once Verdeth.
Okay, Kaiju mode, let's go! I love it.
Amazing.
When that happens, she turns into a bat and flies the fuck away.
I have Sentinel, so I will attack her.
Nah, bitch!
Let's see.
Itching
Well,
for a
she's
fight.
not.
I know, right?
Is she trying to stop us? That's
Right.
the
If
big
she's
question.
fleeing,
Every
frees
word
up
she
the
said
staircase.
is telling you it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, but
My tidal wave is 250 feet long, 250 feet high, and 50 feet thick. So,
Holy shit.
damn,
That's thick.
that's a big boy right there. Holy
and
shit!
I hold this
That's
form
nice.
for an hour.
Oh fuck!
So, I'm just going to submerge the entire library in water, instantly killing
Damn.
all vampires in there because they cannot teleport out.
Yep.
And I can fit through a keyhole space, so nothing is safe for me.
These are the evil ones. Sylvain has never done special work.
Kill them all.
No.
Verdeth just sits there, the Vietnam 1,000-yard gear.
Verdeth, you hear in your head as you start to, pour water out of yourself and into this library. And you hear in your head, I don't think we're all as different from you as you like to imagine.
You get no, we heard it. You
Yeah.
get no response.
Fuck. I love that you guys are itching for a fight. Okay. Go off. Alright, guys. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit, just the word.
We can
was
end there if
here
there's some
for
prep
the
that
game.
needs to
Realistically,
happen.
no
No.
vampire can stand
No.
against this.
No. There
Unless they can
is
teleport out.
there is not a prep that's needed because I'm just gonna use the stat block you gave me earlier and jack that bitch up to 30. It's fine.
Let's do it. Let's do
I
it.
mean, it's gonna last about 10 seconds. I know this, but that's okay.
Well, let's see. That one, I don't think that one has, because
That
I
tool
no
allows
longer
you to
have.
jack it up.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But I don't think that one. Yeah, that one doesn't have any acid damage from, because I know
Are we
I
rolling
don't at all have it
initiative?
anymore.
No,
Yeah,
I
I need-
apologize. Also, I have siege damage, so all the damage is doubled to any structure.
So as you do this and you create this tidal wave, the books and the bookcases fall over and just disappear below the flood. Solarian, you know how much information was in those books.
Don't care.
Solarian will care later, because
Oh,
that
Morwen
was a
also
lot
cares.
of information.
Because
It was a lot of
she just
information
got
into
here.
vampire.
It was
Yeah.
it was all the vampires' entire collected history records that they had ever acquired on the Fey Plane. So it wasn't all just vampiric records, it was records vampires had made throughout history over the past 15,000 years.
Yeah. Morwen
Welcome
cares.
to the
She
flooding of
got
the
here
Library of Alexandria.
being excited about learning, and now Verdeth is ruining the books. And now Morwen does not like him very much.
How dare.
Literally
You have
what is set me.
you have such a qualm with killing people, but have no such qualm to killing information, which is, albeit, more important than a person.
Also, Verdeth, 9 vampires died in that attack.
It doesn't help me. Okay. I feel better. I
I
feel
got
better about myself.
The 9
I got a
vampires. 9 vampires had a soul.
I don't give a fuck.
So-
They're
Nice.
vampires.
Hell
No,
yeah.
I'm telling you because those souls went.
Oh, again, doesn't matter to me. That's part of our deal.
Yes, part of your deal. Exactly. Verdeth has another deal somewhere else.
I have one deal.
Nice.
Uh huh. And what was your
Me and
what was your
Solarian is
30?
an arrangement.
The attack check.
That's true. Yeah, I got a 30 on initiative.
Oh, on initiative. Fantastic. 30
Yeah.
on initiative. Love it. Love it. Solarian's a
85
30.
seconds.
Uh,
Oh, we're rolling initiative.
yeah, just roll initiative real quick, Verdeth.
10.
10 for Verdeth and Morwen.
22.
22. Alright, so it goes Solarian, Morwen, Verdeth. I need to roll for the opponent real quick. Hey Sylvain, did you want to take back all of your previous responses about not coming with death?
Like, I do want to do a fight. However, the thing is, there isn't enough Sylvain. The biggest problem for Sylvain is he knows how fucked up the time is on the Feywild plane, and he's not risking that.
No,
Yeah.
it's a very smart choice.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, if he could guarantee himself, which, if he could, he's not going to, because it would be his brother's right. But if he could guarantee he would return to the same moment in time, he would, he's not going to, because that would prove that he's not yet willing to admit to himself he lost. So,
No, that
Look
makes
at
perfect
you.
sense.
Pride keeping you from a fight. Love it.
Plans.
it's
keeping.
not right at all. Yeah, it's concern. There's, you know this above table, I think, that Sylvain has moved the moons the past 100 years to make one night of darkness. He can't miss that night. And he knows how the Feywild works. You all can come back in 3 seconds, or you can come back in 3 years, and he is not fucking with that.
Correct.
Nothing about pride there.
Okay, so the order is Solarian, Morwen, Verdeth, and then Calliope, the vampire.
Oh. Right, well, as she's flying away, I grab onto her with my sentinel, and I say, "You shouldn't have tried to stop us," and I am going to attack.
Go right
But
ahead.
it sounds like because we're completely underwater.
you have fly speed. You can fly. It's fine.
That is 16 on the die, so fucking high.
You
Where are my
hit.
D8s? Where are my D8s? What? Did I roll them out? What the fuck? Oh, there's one. There it is. Okay, it was just hiding. All right, here we go. So that is a 15 for slashing damage,
Okay.
and then that is 4 for radiant. And I used my radiant soul, so but I can use it like equal to my proficiency bonus times or something like that, right? Or is that?
I think it was proficiency bonus.
Oh no, finish long rest. Never mind. That's fine. I don't need it. So yeah, another 4 radiant damage, and then I will strike again.
Okay.
That is 12 on the die, which I'm pretty sure.
Hits.
I mean, I'm just basically crit fishing at this point.
I'm like, don't get it too. Don't get it.
Yeah.
1. Like,
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna do radiant because I rolled both of them, so that's 5 radiant damage, and then that's 17 slashing damage. And I'll keep my divine smites for now.
perfect. All right, you just dealt 41 points of damage. Love it. All right, so she had flown up to get out of the tidal wave, because the stacks only went up about 30 feet or so. Basic fly speed. Get up, get your book, come down. And you guys are doing right above this. So the stacks are now down, but the tidal wave goes up about 20 feet.
250 feet.
250? What?
250 feet.
Okay. It doesn't change. It doesn't change my number. It's
That's
still
fine.
20 feet up because
That's fine. It's 250
Oh,
by
'cause of the
250
ceiling.
by 50.
it floods the catacombs.
Yes. Okay.
It starts
Cool.
to flood the catacombs. So anything that is not
I didn't understand.
contained.
Amazing.
You're good. You're good. I'm like,
Amazing.
200 what? So it's going to start flooding the catacombs as just.
Cool. That's
so
what my
we'd have a
intention was.
camera. We'd have a camera down in the catacombs, just as water floods, layer after layer after layer of these catacombs. But it leaves 20 feet above. So you guys have a 30-foot movement to get to the roof. Between the roof and the waves. Verdeth, you are standing floor to ceiling.
Big boy.
Morwen,
I was gonna ask, would
just keep swimming.
would I be underwater as well?
You would be right now in the water. Just like swimming in the water. If you have a spell to
So I
cast
pushed
on
it
yourself,
forward.
you
Verdeth-
can.
Because I told you to
Yeah.
step back, so I pushed it forward.
Because I'm
Okay.
assuming this vampire lady was blocking our way, like 'cause she, and so we're coming from the outside.
Yes.
Uh,
So you're out. You're
and
right on
so
the outside.
I'd be
Then yes.
behind Verdeth, just watching this wall of water,
Correct.
and Solarian just threw himself in there so he could do some smack.
Uh-huh. Solarian was already
Love
in.
it.
He had to invite you inside.
Right. Oh, okay. No, you don't have
So-
to breathe. You're fine.
I'm also
I'm
going to
good.
use a legendary action to slam this woman.
Hell yeah.
After Solarian goes, you're gonna legendary action.
I have a
Love
20, It's a 20-foot range on that, so you
She's
really
close
can't
enough.
hide from me.
Damn.
Yeah, she's
So
close
that's,
enough. You're good.
That's a 32 to hit,
Hits. Oh.
and she's a vampire, so fuck her. That's 19 bludgeon damage
Okay.
and 2 acid damage.
Morwen, your turn.
I, watching them wiggle around in the water, are going to... I'm going to hold my hand out and cast a blind on the poor vampire lady.
Okay.
That is a Constitution saving throw.
What's your save?
20.
20. She would pass on a 1.
Oh,
bitch.
She's got a plus 19 on her con saves.
Constitution. I thought
Constitution.
these motherfuckers were weak. I'm mad.
You should be.
Can I do this? No, I can only do it once. Ugh, that is a spell. Whack.
But
Oh, I know what I can do with a bonus action. Because it's a trait, not a spell. You know, you said these, like, the vampires that died, do their bodies disappear?
these ones, yes, they did.
Fuck. Okay, so she would have used her bonus action to, like, feel out for corpses. Because
Oh,
she
there's
assumed
corpses.
People
There's-
died in the flood.
There's corpses behind you.
Oh.
You had to walk through a cemetery to get into this library.
I love that. I am going to get some friends of ours. Now let me see how many I can get at a time.
Rise.
Hey, buddy.
Rise,
Hello,
my
buddies.
minions.
little buddies. I believe at 6th level, I don't get it for free until 6th. Look, level 10. Yes. So that means it's free. Yeah, I just need to figure out how many I get. Corpses, blah blah blah. Every level, blah blah blah. 24 hours, blah blah blah. If I'm not using spell slots, it's just looks like 1, unfortunately. If I don't use a spell slot, and since I already cast a spell, I cannot. So that is why.
You get one little minion who just breaks out of the ground behind you, climbs out.
You were gonna have him attempt to like swim. He doesn't need to breathe either, so he just starts moving.
I'm here.
Yeah.
He's.
I mean, it's a free action for me to raise them, so why not?
This corpse just walks right into the water and just and immediately starts ascending.
What? They can't swim? Do they float? I've never put undead in water before.
I'm letting this one swim. It's fine.
I was gonna say, I can promise you, a dead body only floats when its body is not pierced.
Because of all the air in the lungs?
Air.
Yeah.
Right.
And the gases
Right,
that
so
build
they
up in a dead
wouldn't.
body.
Oh, that too,
Love
yeah.
it. It's swimming.
So it's just
So you, Solarian, you're fighting, and you just see like a corpse just swimming towards you.
Well, I just, in the head, effective.
Nailed it, first try.
We're by a cemetery. I couldn't help myself. Now Verdeth goes.
Legendary action.
Solarian
I love it.
goes.
9/25.
Hits.
Alright. The fuck did the goddamn D8 go?
For
There
the
it is.
record, Johnny, for the record, AC of 18. So you only need a 2.
Okay, cool. So I just hit. All yeah.
Don't fail.
Okay, so
Love it.
I rolled both again for some reason, but 12 radiant damage, and that is another 11 slashing. That is it.
Okay. So that is up to 85. Got it. Alright. She is going to go ahead and legendary action on you to follow up your legendary with her vengeful sword.
Bring it.
That is an plus 18 to hit. That is a 16 on the die. 34?
Yeah, I think that hits.
Yeah, probably, barely.
Just barely.
3d8. Love it. 2, 3. That is 21 points of slashing damage.
Great. I'll take it.
And as she finally makes a move against you, you realize on her head, you see what looks like a vampiric jaw.
What?
That looks like a crown.
Interesting. Okay. Great. All right. Sounds good.
Stat
break
wise, it's going to be the crown of lies if you take it.
Great.
You're like cool.
God.
My turn?
It is finally Verdeth's turn, unless Morwen wants to use a legendary action after all those legendary actions.
Do it, Queen. Fucking slay.
Mine is a
Spell?
melee, and I don't want to get wet.
No, you can use a spell.
I mean, never mind.
No, I can't.
You can use a spell in place of your attack and spell at the
You
same.
did say that I could.
Mhm.
I'm gonna attempt to. This one is a wisdom saving throw. Since con didn't work, I'm just gonna try all the different ones now. To hold a creature.
Perfect. DC 20.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 29
Okay.
Almost
on a
got it.
That's a 16 on the die.
Not con, not wisdom. Right. We'll try intelligence next, maybe. I don't want to get wet. I don't know. I'm wearing white, you guys. I'm a lady. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
I'm a weak man. I need you guys to understand that.
Just watch Verdeth do it on purpose. Oops, I splashed.
Crazy, there's water everywhere.
I am not getting wet. I'm in white.
Verdeth's like,
I'm a lady.
what? Oh, whoops.
He's an art lecturer at this point.
Verdeth, it is now your turn.
All right, I'm going to roll first the d6 to see if I get my tidal wave back.
Okay.
I do not.
Okay.
So I'm going to, while still in my Leviathan form, cast Sunburst on this young lady. That is a vampire. She needs to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
DC?
I just
19.
love the idea of Solarian in his head just hearing, close your eyes real quick.
Yes, that is definitely Solarian. Definitely hears that. Like, hey, buddy, sorry. Close your eyes.
She has a plus 19 for her saving throw. That makes it a grand total of 29 on the grand total.
Okay, so she still takes damage, obviously.
Yep.
So already halved, it's 24 radiant damage, plus if she's... she has disadvantage on that saving throw, by the way.
She has a plus 19.
Well, she can
I'll
get
roll it
an extra
again. I'll roll it again. That is a 14 on the die for the second one, so the 29 still holds.
So 24 radiant damage to her.
Mm-hmm.
Already halved.
Okay. That's it?
Should I also do
No, she's fine.
con save?
I mean, if you're within 150 feet of her, yeah.
Yes,
Jesus
I would.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Christ.
But he did warn you, so I'll give you advantage.
Because you
Cool.
have your eyes closed. Yeah.
But it's also disadvantage because you are undead.
So I will just do a regular roll.
Mhm.
That is a 5 on the die. What do I have to beat?
19.
Wisdom? Con.
No,
Con.
it's con.
Con. Believe that doesn't pass. That's a 17.
So
Just
you are,
misses.
so you are blinded for 1 minute and take 48 points of radiant damage.
I'll take it.
Which also means, Solarian, you cannot regenerate on your next turn.
He just
That's
goes,
also
"Oops."
halved because I am resistant to.
Oh, you're resistant
radiant
anyway!
damage.
Oh, wait a minute. That, I add another 2 to that. So you add another 4, she adds another 2. Because it was 12d6, not 10d6, and I only rolled 5.
Okay. So she adds another 2. Perfect.
Yeah.
So, since I read the book that Link gave me on vampires, would I know if they are resistant to necrotic?
You would
damage?
know that they
I
are
would tell you that we are.
They are normally resistant to necrotic. However, everything you got that you read was actually a lot about vampires,
Right.
which is what you're fighting, and they are immune.
Okay, so
Anything else for Verdeth?
I'm going to just engulf her.
And Solarian along with her, because they are locked in melee combat.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Okay. Strength save, right?
Nope, they're just engulfed.
They're just engulfed.
I am a gargantuan creature who can just occupy space.
Perfect. As a legendary action, she is going to move out of this without provoking attack of opportunity.
Hold on. I want to make sure that if True Sight can see through blindness.
Yes, I'm 99% sure it can.
I can see through magical darkness, but you can't see if
Blind
your eyes
fighting
themselves don't see. Yeah. so no.
Blind sight would be for the...
Mhm. Blind sight is like tough.
Right, yeah.
Tough.
I just double check, make sure that I don't have blind sight. Because I know that that's something that you can pick up. I do not. So then, yes. There is no opportunity.
Okay.
Well,
then,
the legendary action
Oh, actually,
also
shit!
says...
No, I have a legendary resistance. I'm just gonna resist it.
Drop your
I'm just gonna do
damage
that.
taken by half then.
Yeah, so then that was
26.
24, 26, which then would then be halved,
13.
so I'm just gonna add another 13 back to my health. Great.
Okay.
Okay, cool, so I'm not blinded, so then you could try
Nice.
and fucking get away from me.
The legendary action straight up says it is legendary
No
action
opportunity
move
attacks.
without provoking the opportunity attack.
Okay.
All right.
Then I am going to use, as she finishes her legendary action, I'm going to use my legendary action to move and consume her again.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Fucking A.
Level 20 play.
Right? This is high level play. I love it. Fucking love this. Okay. Oh god.
Oh my god, what saves did I try? Con and wisdom, right?
Con and wisdom have been done so far.
See, all the stuff that doesn't use saves needs for me to be there, and I really don't want to get wet.
Uh-huh. What is the save to get out of...
Have to.
What is there a save to get out of your engulf, Verdeth?
No, it's just if she starts her turn within me. That's a
She's
vampire
starting her
thing.
turn within you then.
Yes, that's a vampire thing,
Okay.
which she may or may
Running
not
water.
no
She does
longer
not
be.
have.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
know.
is... Good.
I apologize. If she's inside of me
Mhm.
and she's not subject to whatever, it's a DC 24 athletics strength check to swim.
Okay. DC 24?
Swimming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So technically, she should have had to roll that to even escape me.
She cannot get out of you with this on this current turn.
Her speed is 0.
Okay.
Amazing.
So and she moved away from him. Ooh, yes. Let's
Touch
fucking
me, mommy.
let's
Touch
do
me.
this. Let's do this.
You're already inside me.
I love it.
Be my goth queen.
You are engulfing, which means you are 360 degrees around her.
I'm in her
She's-
mouth too.
She's just gonna start swinging at you, the water itself.
Yeah, give it to me, baby.
You are the water is you. She is going to make 3 sword attacks against you. Well, that one is a crit, because she crits on a 19.
Nice.
And the lowest one was a 25.
All those hit.
Okay. So the crit
I'm a big
is
boy.
gonna be 36 plus, and I'll do the 3d8s real quick for the crit. You're a big boy for now. We'll see how long that lasts, fucking bitch. And she goes, or what it sounds like. 55 points of damage from the crit.
Okay.
Nice.
Solid fucking crit.
Hold on. Before you start rolling any other damage, let's do my con saving throws. Maintain.
Oh, concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That would be a 27.
20. So it's okay. So
Because half the damage is 27.
Yeah, so it would be, DC 27.
okay. So there is no way for me to maintain then, which means it drops after the first hit.
Okay.
It's a big
The
hit.
tidal wave is still there.
Yeah, the tidal wave is just flowing.
Okay.
That's not, it's not a magical effect. It's
Your
just
shape change.
My shape change just dropped.
So the first hit just was a crit. You just transform back into little boy Verdeth. You're now on the outside of the water with Morwen. And Solarian and her are flying. She comes back at you, Solarian, and is going to take her other 2 attacks.
Bring it.
I'm going to re-roll the attacks because that's only fair, because we have different targets, different ACs.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
The lowest of those is a 21.
That one misses. What's the next one?
35.
35 definitely hits. Yep.
No chance.
Just barely.
8, 12, 20. 20 damage on you.
Great. That is halved. Cool. Or no, this is a magical attack,
sword.
huh?
Yeah, the sword
So
is a
then, never mind.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I will take it.
Okay. And she is going to go ahead and end her turn, bringing it back to the top of the order with Solarian.
Let's get it. All right. Now I'm kind of pissed. An 18 on the die and a 17 on the die. So first one is 16 damage slashing, and then another 11 damage slashing, and then radiant damage. Oh, that's double 8s. 16 on the first one.
Okay.
And then 5 on the next one. And then I don't want to use all of my smites because
Yeah, you've got another
just
target.
yeah, exactly. No, I think I'll just stay here. I think I'm good. I'm about to regain all my HP anyways, so it's all good. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Is that a bonus action? Yeah, I'll leave it.
Okay. Your blooded friends would be wise to vacate the premises before they become mine. As she attacks you as a legendary action.
Right. Let's see it.
That is a 19 on the die, which is a crit for her.
Okay.
Which starts off at 36 points. Plus 12 more. 48 points of damage.
Cool.
Of the magical slashing variety.
Great. I am going to immediately take my legendary action then, and I'm going to attack.
Good choice. If we're just gonna keep.
Yep, that is pretty much what we are doing. That is 12 on the die plus 16. So that's 14 slashing damage, and then it's going to be another 5 radiant.
So
and I'm just going to look back at her after taking that giant slash down the chest. I'm going to look back at her and just say, "Yes, but what you don't realize is you're running out of time, and I'm going to kill you." As, like, my wounds are slowly starting to come back and hers are not because she's taking radiant damage.
And she actually is starting to realize that a little bit, because it didn't heal on her last turn. But then again, the solar burst happened. She hasn't fully picked up that you're dealing full-on radiant to her yet. She's feeling the burn, but there's multiple reasons for burn. Which means, next up, is Morwen.
Hello. I am going to... Okay. This time it's a strength saving throw.
I love your trial and error method.
I'm gonna try them all. Okay, I'm not walking in there unless I feel like I have to. Like, if shit starts to go awry, like, fine. You know, but for the time being,
it's right now a fair 1v1 on the 2 vampires.
This is very, very fun to watch. So
it's seemingly fair.
Right.
Yeah, once you hit me in my mythic, you're fucked.
So give me a DC 20 strength saving throw.
DC 20 on a strength. That is a 20.
She has to be bad at something.
That is a 22.
Ugh.
She has a plus 9 on strength.
So there you see these black, like, viscous tentacles sprout from the ground. And it is now, difficult terrain wherever she's at. and they attempt to grab and wrap around her ankles and her
How
arms.
high up do they go?
90 feet.
Okay, because I was about to say, they're fighting right around 30 feet right now. So I just wanted to make sure that they had the ability to get up that high.
Yeah, so they are not, because
She
they
passed.
passed the check. Yeah, so
Got
on
it,
a
got it.
passed check, I believe there is no damage. So my tentacles will try again. It is difficult terrain where she is now, as they are attempting to, wrap around her. But she passed the check, meaning she was able to pull herself out of the tentacles before they, did the little suction thing they do. And she's just like, damn. And she looks back at the cemetery, and with my bonus action, I just raise another little friend, because why not?
And they just dive in and start swimming.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, at this point, I think I'm going to try to have them see if they can reach any dry areas or any books that seem like they haven't been destroyed. Like, bring them out to me.
Roll an investigation check with your
So
stats.
as my little friends are just now going around rummaging before everything's like seriously soaked through.
Because it's only been
Did
16.
you say
It's only been 18
investigation?
seconds.
Okay,
You're intelligence based. I'll let you have a bonus up there.
22.
22. They find a couple of books and they're walking on the floor now because there's something holding them down. Walking back towards you like Scuba
Any
Steve.
like boxes with scrolls in them, just anything that seems like it's not destroyed.
This round, it's just books.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have them be doing that for the remainder of this fight.
Just gonna
We'll
have
see
them
how much
save-
I can-
Save the information.
Yeah. Save
Love
the
it.
info, my dude. But yeah, so that's my turn.
Alright, she's gonna legendary action attack Solarian. That is another 21, so misses.
How high are they on the floor? I'm sorry.
No, they're up about 30 feet.
Okay, so all this turn I'll be able to do is wild shape into a direwolf, but I will not absorb the sunblade into me. It will appear in the dire sword's mouth and just like a lightsaber
So
stick out.
fucking rad.
I fucking love it.
Love it.
And then I will cast enlarge on myself, so I am now a huge direwolf.
Hell yeah.
Real quick, Solarian. You spent 750 years in the Feywild. I want you to go ahead and roll an intelligence saving throw for me to see if you have
Okay.
a thing you might have.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. That's an 18 on the die. Plus 7. So, yeah,
25?
26? 25. That's it. That's how numbers work.
Her fighting style can only be one.
There can only be one.
There's only one person, one breed of vampires, and therefore one vampire that they learned it from, that this could be. This is Calliope. She was the second of the vampires to be made as a vampire themselves before the bonds were broken. She was also the second vampire because when they broke in order of age. You found and have, whether it's back in Frostfang or not, you have a stake that could take care of this person completely and fully without any issue. However, where it is, I don't know. Solarian may just have it left at home.
Yeah, it would definitely be at home. So it's something that he knows he'll have to come back for.
Okay. So you know you cannot permanently kill her and destroy her in this fight.
Right. Just would come back later.
Yeah. Just come back as a bigger menace. So whether or not you continue to fight, that is entirely your choice, whether you want to try and broker something with her, because you now know you have a leverage over her if you choose to reveal that hand. However, She did her legendary action. You don't have another one right now.
I will use my legendary action when I see Verdeth get all big. Morwen just goes, oh, right, that's a thing. And I bring out my staff and I will use charge on it to cast Enlarge on Solarian.
So Solarian is now a
Let's do it.
large-sized creature.
Because it's fun.
Hell yeah.
So I need to mark off the charges. Yay! There you go.
So you now have Enlarge.
Hell yeah.
And all the benefits that go with that.
Yep. Could be good.
Then
She's
top
gonna go
right,
ahead
I think,
and-
or is it? Oh no, it's her turn. She hasn't gone. Wow.
It just ends. Verdeth's turn just ended. You did your legendary. She's using another legendary real quick
Oh, okay.
to attack one more time on Solarian. That is a 13 on the die, giving a 31.
Yep.
Is that it? I gotta honor the cock. Reroll.
Out of the cock. Out of that cock.
Honor the cock for a 15 plus 12, 27.
27 damage.
27
Cool.
damage.
Great.
I think she's actually hurting you pretty fucking decently right now.
Yeah, no, she has, for sure.
Now it's her turn. I'm gonna roll 3 more of those motherfuckers.
Let's do it.
The lowest of them was a 29.
Great. Let me just double check. Yeah, okay, cool. Sounds good.
Let me just double check.
Mm-hmm.
Shield spell. I wanted to make sure you knew the number because shield spell, and I don't know what your AC is offhand. So
Yeah, I don't got the shield spell. I'm just a dumb old paladin.
I don't know I don't know or care what your magic items are. And if you had a ring of spell storing, it would not have surprised me because you are a clever player, Jonny.
What did they roll? Sorry.
Lowest was 29.
The lowest was a 29.
And what's your AC?
The 24. It's all good. I'll take the hits. It's all good.
Yeah, I can use my reaction to shield. But would that meet it still? Would that hit still?
Shield only applies to you.
Only works on
does
you.
It?
Yeah.
But that's
Just
okay.
save it.
Don't worry.
Wow.
I'm about to go into Solarian's vampiric form, so it's gonna be fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
The new vampiric form.
Phase 2.
Exactly.
That is 5, 8, 20 points with the first one.
Okay, that immediately puts me into vampiric form. Great.
Fantastic. Go ahead and describe, because as she's just swinging away, she's still going to do the damage, but what does your new vampiric form look like as it sheds?
So, I think what happens is the facade of the Aasimar-looking, outwardly facing appearance is just completely ripped apart from the slash. It's like almost like he's shedding his outer skin until he finally comes out, and then even though he's being attacked, he's just stretching out his arms that are now elongated, longer than they were before, and he's spreading out his wings that are now skeletal, and blood is dripping down from them. And then he cracks his neck and he says, I told you, it was only a matter of time. Your time is running out.
I will say, I think this is the quickest you've ever been turned into your vampiric form.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
She's been brutalizing.
Mm-hmm. But now I have 3 legendary actions, so...
It's true. You now can go tit for tat every time she swings. You can. You guys want a dynamic fight? This is gonna be a dynamic fucking fight.
Oh yeah.
So she's gonna. Does the 29 still hit your AC on the new stat block?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Just one.
Yeah, my stat block doesn't change very much because of the magic items that I hold and all of that stuff. It's just still all the same.
I was verifying because I wasn't sure if your dex changed.
Yeah.
That was my biggest concern. Okay. So that's going to be another 20.
Cool.
And, ooh, that's a good one. 37? No, 47.
Cool. Nice.
Hang on. 7, 8. It was almost max damage, which is where I'm like, hang on a second.
Mm-hmm.
7 is 14. 14 plus 8 is 22. Plus 12 more. 34. I'm so sorry.
34 total damage?
Well,
Got it.
so the 20 and then the 34. So 54 to this
okay.
new form.
Understood. Okay, cool. So then I'm going to just add that 10 back. Actually, 13. Cool. Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Alright, and she is going to go ahead and end her turn. Actually,
Legendary
real quick,
action. Okay.
Real quick. Bonus action, menacing glare at Verdeth, who is coming at her with a sun sword. You need a DC 26 wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the end of my next turn.
Sure. Doesn't matter. I'm immune to all status effects. You cannot frighten me.
So just glares at you with death in her eyes.
And just through the sun sword.
Yeah.
Love it. Love that just middle finger to her. That is so fucking good. Now go ahead and Solarian use that legendary action.
Yeah, that's 14 on the die. 13 damage to hit for slashing. And then 15 radiant damage.
Nice.
And I believe it's back to me?
Yeah, you're now able to pull her trick, which is just wah 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 wah.
Well, a little bit better. I also regain 20 hit points, so I am looking a lot better. And then I am going to just swipe fucking her smirk off her fucking face.
Swipe right on that bitch.
Swiper, no swiper.
So that is a 7 on the die, which hits.
Yeah.
That is a natural 20 on the die.
Which crits.
And that is a 2, which still hits.
Still hits.
Alright, so this
Don't
is
forget-
going to be...
Don't forget your crit is max of potential damage plus a roll.
So I'm going to do the regular rolls first. So the first roll was a 11 slashing.
Mhm.
And then another... that would be 11 radiant. Third hit that wasn't the crit is going to be 14 slashing. And then another 9 radiant.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna pump a 3rd level Divine Smite into this,
Into
which
the crit.
means that is gonna be 5d8. So that's what fucking
That's 40, to
40
start
automatically. Yeah.
What's your other-
Plus the 2d8 radiant. So that's 56 radiant damage to start.
Baseline.
Mhm.
And then it would be the 17 slashing to start.
Mhm.
And now I roll. So the slashing damage is going to get an additional 15 to it.
Okay.
And then that radiant damage on top of it is going to be an additional... Ooh, damn, rolling really good. Plus an additional 12 radiant damage. And now we do the smite damage. That is 8... 6, so 14. And then the last one is another 2, so 16. So 116 damage.
Smite?
Yeah, only 16 more on that smite roll.
Wasn't it 5d8?
Didn't roll very good on that one.
Yeah, that wasn't
It was
a good
5d8.
roll at all.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I rolled 2 2s, a 4, and a 6, and something else. Can't remember. Anyways,
That is
yeah,
not 111 damage. You miscounted.
116?
It's higher than that.
Oh, is it really?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's great to hear.
Because, yeah, huh? Yeah, I've got the numbers written over here. That's why I'm like,
Good. Oh no, 116 with just that hit. Is what
yes, that
with
one
the
hit
natural
was
20.
116.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you missed something in there, boo boo.
Oh, right, and as a bonus action, I forgot. I can attack with my bite. Oh no, I can't.
You
Change
can,
shit, that's what it is.
but yeah. Your old stat block allows you to bite bonus.
Yeah.
You've upgraded.
And that's fine. I get 3 attacks, which one of them can be a bite. And that's okay.
161 total damage on that single multi-attack you just did.
Yeah. I like it.
I'm gonna finish out the round. And then I'm gonna let you guys describe together how this bitch goes down.
Yeah.
Because she's not surviving the round. But she is gonna go ahead and she is gonna smack you back with her sword. That is a 24. Beats it.
I will use my reaction to do the parrying riposte. Great. I'm gonna do that, and then go
ahead and make that attack roll.
I'm gonna add 3 to my AC, and I'm gonna make an attack roll.
I love when shit backfires like this. You can tell she's down weak. She's fucking trying everything. She's keeping her composure, but it is not looking good.
So
I'm pretty sure she genuinely thought she could take him.
Yeah, no. 13 slashing plus an additional 2d8 because that, so another 9, so 22 slashing.
Okay.
And then an additional 6 radiant.
Okay. Fantastic. It is the end of... No, it was the end of your turn. You guys bounced back a little bit. Anyone want to do a legendary off of his legendary?
That's...
Yeah, I'm holding concentration on keeping Solarian be like all like huge and stuff, and
fuck, that's right, I have enlarge on me. I totally forgot. Every single one of those attacks should have had an additional d4 on it, right?
yes.
So
Okay, so that's
3, 16 extra damage.
I'm just gonna add 30 damage. It's fine.
Great.
There
Okay.
you
Cool.
go.
Cool. I'll take it.
I'm like, I'm just gonna add 30 more damage.
So what
It's
was
fine.
that? 200 to 190 or something like that?
She has taken 419 points of health and still standing.
Damn.
Oh, not for long.
No.
And she's holding that on Solarian. And then she turns back and she's still creating, she's still raising them so that there's more of them to go and grab books and things like that. But she's very worried about all of the information being lost.
They've already brought it. They've already brought out 14 books.
See, I don't need them because then you get attached and we can't have that.
You know what? I think I'm gonna bonus action Misty Step away. Because I know that a sun sword is about to come towards her, and I don't want to be in that sunlight. So I'm going to Misty Step 30 feet away.
That is fair. At the end of your turn, I'll let you bonus step away.
Yeah.
Because Morwen has
Which she still got an attack. Still got an attack, so that's good. And then I'll just get the fuck out.
Oh yeah, reaction. There we go. Boom. And that was actually going to hit you.
Well,
Misty
I mean, she did the legendary action anyways.
Yeah, Misty Step doesn't get a reaction.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't. You're right.
It doesn't
You're right.
provoke it.
Yeah.
Eric, back that out.
But now, Morwen has taken this as like a learning opportunity, and so she's, she tried con, wisdom. I think she tried strength, and so we're gonna try dexterity next. And now because she's just blowing spells, she's now like. These are probably going to not work. She's using the charges on her staff, so she doesn't use it.
Use up all her slots?
Yeah, so we're going to Ice Storm, which is a dex saving throw.
Okay. Fantastic. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding! Morwen,
What happened?
1.
What did she roll?
Do your damage. She rolled a 3 on the die with a +5. That's only 8.
Nice.
There
There
make
he is.
a mental note for that for later, because we're gonna face more of these fuckers. And so she's like, okay, I need to know what works and what doesn't work. We'll take this as a learning opportunity. It's fine. Solarian's got it handled.
And we cut down to the catacombs where there's water still flooding down into the...
Yeah.
Murdering hundreds of vampires at this point.
They're sealed in their coffins, so they're not.
If there's an inch
For now.
gap anywhere on that coffin,
They're not waterproof. It's
right? They're
fine.
being submerged.
Yes.
And I'm looking for, because it's from the staff, it's not in my
It's...
Ice Storm. Here it is. I just
Oh,
wanted to
Ice
see
Storm?
the damage. Yeah, there it is. So there, you see some water. Now that it is not part of you, Verdeth, anymore, it is just water that exists that you brought into the existence. You see some of it kind of rise up like these globs, and they're, as Solarian and this vampire are fighting, they solidify into ice above them and then just rain down as these
That's
kind
when
of
I just
ice
disappear.
missiles, as Solarian Misty steps away as she gets impaled by these rock hard icicles. She takes casting 1d8 plus each level above. Yes, please. What can I do?
Yes.
7th level?
Yes.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and
give
add,
it to us.
what's that? 1, 2, 3. That's 68, which we're gonna roll. Of the ice damage. Or is it?
Okay.
That's the. God. Cold damage and then bludgeoning damage. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Roll them.
It's 68 of both, yeah.
It's 68 of both, yeah. So, oh, it's 66 of one and then the other. Jesus, that's a lot of dice. I'm gonna roll them in the D&D Beyond because I'm not going to
It's fine.
physically roll that many dice. No,
That
we
is
just
so
roll
get to
them.
roll
I think
physical
we're
dice.
past. I think we're past the point of damage. We're just in narrative damage.
I know. So
Yeah,
it is,
pretty much.
Kinda.
87 damage.
87?
Well, it's a 7th level, so because it's from an item, so she can't. as these icicles now come razor sharp and impale her like steaks, because she likes the the metaphor here, kind of all over her body. Oh, you're a dog! I forgot. As now she looks like a pincushion, as these tear through her. And as she's getting hailed by all of these icicles, we see Verdeth, I'm assuming, lounge at her with sword in mouth.
Yes.
Average on that roll was 54. Just so you know, average for that roll should have been 54 damage. You rolled well above that. It's fucking nuts.
I love it.
I love
Verdeth,
that.
you're rolling damage.
I was like, are you okay if I just narrative this out?
You're rolling. Yeah, you're rolling the damage so we know the number, but you're
All right,
just
you want the
narrating.
number. Got it.
Just so we know how overkill
Yeah.
you killed this.
All right.
What is it?
I
High
mean,
numbers
I barely
make
do any
Regal
damage.
burr.
High
And my
numbers make
sun sword
brains
barely
go
does any
brr.
damage, so.
2 damage.
But it's radiant. That's what matters
Yeah.
here.
So that's 11.
But Morwen makes a mental note, like, oh,
14.
okay, that works.
14 radiant damage.
You guys dealt 520 points of damage to her. That is 27 over her max HP.
Alright. You ready for this? Because I got
Uh-huh.
this. So,
Start from the beginning with her and
As
Solarian
Solarian-
fighting.
as you just, in midair, just 3 hits just slam against this vampire lord. Slowly, she begins to clutch her side and drop down. Morwen, you bring up the water behind her, and Solarian, you see this, and you just missy step out as Morwen rip the ice as it icicles and slams into her body. And as this happens, you see the giant wolf form of Verdeth jump up against the bookcase and then hit against one of the icicles as it slides down, and he just turns and follows it down with the sun sword, just bisecting her as the two halves rip apart and just are pinned against the floor in icicles right in front of you, Solarian, and her head just kind of like looks up towards you, giving you the last moment to do whatever you want.
I told you, your time was running out. You should have just left us. Oh, and by the way, you and the stake that I have at my home will be meeting very soon.
And she just half hesitantly raises a middle finger to Solarian and says, "Vampires are siblings." As she fades into dust and the dust flies around and goes back towards wherever hers is, which is not the catacombs.
Verdeth just walks over, plops down next to Morwen.
She gives him a fucking scritch. She scritches him.
Okay. So,
Scritch.
I will say right now it's going to take her 82 days of the Feywild to respawn. How long that's actually going to be is going to be based on plot, and I don't know or care right this second. However, that right there is where we're going to end as the floodwaters dissipate and disappear, because eventually that spell, that ability does fade into magical ether.